Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who crowned himself emperor. Few figures in history command such instant recognition and evoke such strong emotions. His name echoes through the halls of time, synonymous with ambition, military genius, and ultimately tragedy. His military campaigns reshaped Europe and left an indelible mark on history. Born on the island of Corsica, Napoleon's journey to the pinnacle of European power is a tale that continues to fascinate and inspire. From humble beginnings, he rose to become one of the most powerful men in the world. It is a story of unwavering self-belief, strategic brilliance, and a relentless pursuit of glory. His tactical innovations and battlefield prowess are still studied in military academies today. But it is also a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most towering figures can be brought low by hubris and the fickle hand of fate. His eventual downfall serves as a powerful lesson in the dangers of overreaching ambition. Our story begins far from the gilded halls of power, amidst the rugged beauty of Corsica. This island, with its dramatic landscapes and turbulent history, shaped the young Napoleon in profound ways. This island, caught between France and Italy, was a place of simmering rebellion and fierce pride. Its people were known for their resilience and independence. It was here in 1769 that Napoleon Bonaparte entered the world. His early years in Ajaccio were marked by the island's struggle for autonomy. He was a proud son of Corsica, imbued with its independent spirit. This spirit would drive him to seek greatness beyond the island's shores. He would carry this spirit with him throughout his life, shaping his ambitions and fueling his rise to power. From a young age, Napoleon was determined to make his mark on the world, and he did so with unparalleled fervor. Napoleon's early life was marked by both hardship and opportunity. His family, while of noble lineage, was not wealthy. This meant that Napoleon's education, while solid, was not privileged. He excelled at mathematics and military history, subjects that would serve him well in the years to come. At the age of 9, Napoleon left Corsica to attend military school in mainland France. This was a formative experience, exposing him to the wider world and igniting his passion for military strategy. France, in the late 18th century, was a nation on the brink of revolution. The old order was crumbling, and the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity were taking root. Napoleon, a keen observer of his time, recognized the winds of change. He saw opportunity in the chaos, a chance to rise above his humble beginnings. And rise he did, his ascent fueled by a potent combination of talent, ambition, and a healthy dose of luck. The French Revolution provided the crucible in which Napoleon's military genius was forged. He rose quickly through the ranks, distinguishing himself in campaigns in Italy and Egypt. His tactical brilliance, combined with his charisma and ability to inspire his troops, made him a legend on the battlefield. He was a master of maneuver, a strategist who could outwit and outmaneuver his opponents with astonishing speed and precision. His victories sent shockwaves across Europe, establishing him as a force to be reckoned with. Napoleon's military successes did not go unnoticed. France, weary of revolution and instability, yearned for a strong leader. They found one in Napoleon, who returned from his campaigns as a conquering hero. In 1799, he seized power in a coup d'état, establishing himself as first consul of France. The French Revolution had found its culmination in the rise of a new kind of leader, a military dictator who promised order and glory. Napoleon's rule was one of paradox. He was a dictator, yet he also implemented a series of reforms that modernized France and left an indelible mark on its institutions. He centralized the government, reformed the legal system, and established the Bank of France. He championed education and science, patronizing the arts and fostering a spirit of intellectual inquiry. His reforms, embodied in the Napoleonic Code, continue to influence legal systems around the world. Napoleon's ambition knew no bounds. He dreamed of a Europe united under his rule, a continent free from the shackles of monarchy and feudalism. He waged war after war, his armies marching from the shores of Spain to the frozen plains of Russia. His victories brought him glory, expanding the French Empire and spreading his influence far and wide. But his conquests also sowed the seeds of his downfall, uniting his enemies against him in a coalition determined to see him defeated. Section 5. The Crown of France. In 1804, Napoleon took a step that shocked Europe and cemented his place in history. He crowned himself Emperor of France, a move that was both audacious and revolutionary. This act, steeped in symbolism, was a bold declaration of his ambition and a rejection of traditional notions of legitimacy. He was not content to be merely a king beholden to the church or to any other earthly power. Napoleon sought to redefine what it meant to be a ruler. He was Napoleon, a self-made emperor who had seized his destiny by force of will and sheer determination. The coronation took place at Notre Dame Cathedral, a setting imbued with centuries of history and religious significance. The grandeur of the location added to the weight of the moment. The ceremony was a lavish affair attended by dignitaries from across Europe, each one a witness to this historic event. But the most dramatic moment came when Napoleon, instead of allowing Pope Pius VII to crown him, took the crown into his own hands and placed it upon his own head. This act, audacious and unprecedented, sent a clear message. Napoleon was beholden to no one, not even the Pope. He was asserting his ultimate authority. He was the master of his own fate, a leader who had risen from obscurity to command an empire. Section 6. Exile and Return. Napoleon's reign, though marked by brilliance and achievement, was not destined to last. His ambition, which had driven him to such heights, ultimately proved to be his undoing. His invasion of Russia in 1812 ended in disaster, his Grand Armée decimated by the Russian winter and the scorched earth tactics of his enemies. Weakened and facing mounting opposition, Napoleon was defeated and forced to abdicate in 1814. He was exiled to the island of Elba, a tiny speck in the Mediterranean Sea. But Napoleon was not a man to be easily forgotten. His exile was brief. In 1815, he escaped from Elba and returned to France, landing on the beaches with a small band of loyal followers. His return ignited a wave of popular support. The French people, weary of the restored monarchy, welcomed him back as a conquering hero. Napoleon, sensing an opportunity to reclaim his lost glory, rallied his troops and prepared for one final desperate gamble. Section 7. The 100 Days and Waterloo. Napoleon's return to power, known as the 100 Days, was a brief but dramatic interlude. He quickly reassembled his army and marched to confront the Allied forces that had gathered to oppose him. The stage was set for a final confrontation, a battle that would decide the fate of Europe. That battle took place on June 18, 1815, near the small Belgian town of Waterloo. Waterloo was a close-fought battle, a brutal clash of arms that raged for hours. Napoleon, his tactical genius still sharp, came close to victory. But in the end, it was not to be. A combination of factors, including the timely arrival of Prussian reinforcements and a series of costly blunders by Napoleon's subordinates, turned the tide of battle against him. The French army was routed, Napoleon's dreams of empire shattered on the blood-soaked fields of Waterloo. Section 8. A legacy forged in ambition. Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo marked the end of his reign and the beginning of his legend. This pivotal battle not only sealed his fate but also reshaped the political landscape of Europe. He was once again exiled, this time to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. Far from the grandeur of his former empire, he faced the harsh reality of isolation. He spent the remaining years of his life in captivity, reflecting on his triumphs and failures. His thoughts often wandered back to the days of glory and the battles that defined his career. He died on May 5, 1821, at the age of 51. His death marked the end of an era, but the beginning of a lasting legacy. Napoleon Bonaparte was a complex and contradictory figure. His personality and actions have been the subject of countless studies and debates. He was a brilliant military strategist, a shrewd politician, and a ruthless dictator. His ability to inspire loyalty and fear in equal measure was unparalleled. He was a product of his time, a man who rose to power amidst the chaos of revolution, and who embodied both the aspirations and the excesses of his age. His rise was meteoric, and his fall equally dramatic. His legacy is a mixed one, a tapestry woven from threads of glory and tyranny, reform and oppression. His reforms in law and administration left a lasting impact, even as his military campaigns brought devastation. He left an indelible mark on France, on Europe, and on the world, shaping the course of history in ways that continue to resonate today. His influence can still be seen in modern legal and political systems. He was and remains an enigma, a figure who continues to fascinate and inspire debate more than 2 centuries after his death. His life and legacy are a testament to the enduring power of ambition and vision.